They can start, so we can start.
Yeah.
Good.
Weiter. Und dann ich muss jeden Minuten. Right. So, perfect. So the presenter who's gonna, you can start and come forward. You're welcome. Ready.
Where can I find the other people online?
Yes, what do you need?
I want to see the name of.
You want to see the names of the people? Yeah, we have all the participants.
So every time I must change the.
You can just press Alt Tab and you go back to this
Okay.
press here, press once.
Then I can change.
And
Okay.
then okay. Perfect. You got it? You just press. You go.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the special interest group today with the topic Asian Chinese music therapy. And today we will have several academic presentations for you. And we started with the first one, I think. The first presentation will be on the integrated application of music and Asian guiding techniques such as martial arts. The speaker is Ms. Li Yang.
I have my PowerPoint. I'm sure you can know. Welcome everybody to our special integrated group of ancient music therapy from China. Ancient music therapy from China has a long history and it began at least dates back to 5,000 years ago, which was first recorded in the Yellow Emperor's classics for inner medicine. It was clearly written that the meridians of human beings can resonate with sounds. And the first experiments were carried out by the king at that time, and a lot of records were summarized, and they summarized each meridian of the human body is comparable with a chicken spring. And in that time, we had only 5 springs, and then 6 springs, which were the first one was related to the 5 organs, and the second one related to the 6 pairs of meridians that we have. With this data, it was 5 spring and 6 spring theta was used in that time to resonate with meridian and help people in blood and cheese circulation. The basic of Chinese ancient Chinese music therapy was 2 things. The first, the human body is like our backbone is like this pillar, and our organs are like these pillars. They are hanging on it. What happens when this our backbone, when this wood is twisted? What happens to the pillar, to the cross? They are pressed together and can't vibrate and make normal sounds. So we first, when I work in my clinic in Meissen in Germany, I make two things. I make first a diagnosis or I check whether if this patient has correct echoes. When not, I ask a colleague or specialist to correct it. After that, I go to the meridians, which are the springs of the instrument, and I tune them with the tuning forks. Each one has a resonant tone of one special meridian, and this tuning made along the meridians to reconstruct the flow of energy along this certain meridian of this patient. And what is the proof? I have no big data, but I make one by one. If the patient say, okay, after the treatment, the symptom disappear, for example, I can go to toilet before I cannot, and I feel before here a pain, and after treating the heart meridian, this pain is disappeared. And this is my big data. My master in Canada, he worked since 1980s on with this knowledge. We repeated the experiments and we checked the resonance times of meridians and used them together with acupuncture in the clinic in Canada. In the 1990s, my master, Dr. Gordon, started to write meridian music according to different, 4 different patients actually. He started one by one for each patient, he writes something. And then he realized there are some music you can use for a group of say similar patients. For example, who cannot go to toilet or who catch a cold or who has problem with this joint. And there were 20 to 30 such music composed and played and recorded with Jing theta. And we use theta according to the patient's body size. That means babies can use such small theta. Adults like me, I have a theta for 150. And if the patient is even bigger, then you can think also about a longer instrument. Resonant better instrument. Today, I want to invite you also, when you have time, to try this meridian tuning forks if you are interested. And I mentioned also 2 other branches of Chinese music therapy. We mentioned the resonance therapy that is more physical. And there are also psychological branch of Chinese music therapy, by which the people write poems or songs, they sing with it, they repeat it many times to release their problems like depression or loss of love or such things. That was also a long history. And such reports are also reported in literature. For example, 140 years before Christus, Machen, a poet, started already to use poems to help depression patients. A third branch can be even a little bit earlier than the Yellow Emperor's time. It belongs to those people, the small ethnic groups of China. They somehow had a tradition to play with such instruments, which they use for body percussion. They dance with it and hit their body, the joints, the bones, the muscles, and the vibration of such small instruments goes directly inside and helps them to keep fit. That were the 3 branches of ancient Chinese music therapy. I wonder if you have any questions. And I make just in my clinics, I make this work. And when it's done, the patient say, when should I come again? How often I should come? And I say, the best thing you do is you train yourself every day a little bit and bring vibration back to your life. And I teach them always one special martial art movement, which is basically mechanical vibration to support them in a bigger way. Not only such vital vibration, but also the bigger movements, the mechanical vibration repeatedly. I ask them to exercise, and most of them, after 5 to 6 visits, reflect to me, they have a big improvement in the body condition. And they feel that they thought that my life is coming back into my body again. And I think this life is something also vibrating. Right, for any questions, we try.
The body protection excluding the ethnic group, what's the name of that?
There are class.
BRE?
Right. No question, I will pass to the next speaker and shortly. Professor Miao Cheng, he was the director of the scholars which coming from Chinese Academy of Science, who are living now abroad. Is the chairman of this association. And the director of the European Meridian Research Association.
I'm not sure he's there.
No.
Which one is?
No.
Mhm.
Xiaochuan, no.
And the button, participants button, so.
He's not here.
He's not there.
廖老师，您在线吗？
You can see
如果
here
在
and
线的
see
话，
everyone
请
who's
您
here.
开一下摄像头。
Okay.
和麦克风
Well, is he here?
？No,
No.
I don't think so. Then we go to next speaker. It's
我会出去
okay.
打。
嗯。郭源老师在吗？郭源老师可以打开摄像头和这个 It's off 呢先。Then we go to the next one. Okay.
Yeah, how about the readers let them to
老师，
do it, so let them look for the others.
您掉线了吗？
Timing wise is very short. Okay. Okay, so can you do the recording because we
好
have
的
two people.，
谭超出去辅导您，您稍等一下。
We want to change the PowerPoint.
A moment. Do you want to change the presentation?
It's a correct one.
This is the correct one? Perfect. Was ist gesagt?
Sonst hätte ich überlegt, ob wir noch mal pausieren jetzt mal für die Wartezeit.
Geht nach dem, aber das ist mehr Stress.
Oder wir lassen das jetzt einfach.
Kannst einfach so lassen.
So this is the correct presentation? Okay.
Perfect, then you can make it a slideshow.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is what people will see.
So Dr. Master Guo Yuan from Canada asked me to go through his PowerPoint presentation quickly for him. It's an introduction of Guqing music therapy. I asked Ms. Pu Yanjun to sit together with me on the stage to show also a little bit about this concrete instrument. 你坐这下面。In the late Shang dynasty of China, King Qichang's medical team used the music of Guqing to study the transmission of meridians in the human body. They found that there is a set of standard tones that can induce the transmission of the 12 meridians. Double chords can strengthen the intensity of the transmission, and certain tones can induce local transmission of some meridians. Since then, Guqing was used for medical care, and you can see Ms. Pu Yanjun is playing this instrument is exactly Guqing. After the spring and autumn period, this method was lost due to changes of the standard key. Every emperor wants to make own standard of key. The author is acupuncturist in Canada and vice director of physician and a TCM master from China. He inherited this therapy in the 1990s and developed more therapeutic tones and a more reasonable guqin structure. It's called Golden Design of Guqin, and several papers were published in 1990s. Since 2000, he started to write dozens of Guqin therapeutic songs to treat common diseases. The definition of Guqin music therapy is a method of using Guqin to adjust the blood flowing meridians to treat diseases. It belongs to physical resonance therapy. After the emergence of language, the language and instrument, the tones of instrument, and after the invention of Guqin, the tones of Guqin, these are the research objects of ancient Chinese doctors. They look for the resonance relationship with our language, our music instrument, and the tones of the instrument. In 1100 years before Christus, the relationship between Guqin and the meridians was systematically studied. However, this was lost after several hundred years. In 1980s, Master Guo Yuan was reading the book from Yellow Emperor's Classics of Internal Medicine and realized there is an article inside called 25 Tones and 25 People. He recognized immediately this was the resonance relationship between these two and started to test it while learning how to construct such an instrument by himself together with the Grandmaster Gu Zechang. Finally, they decide that the 25 tones are exactly the musical tones from Guqin. 鱼弹一下五音，觉、liver, liver, 心 heart, stomach, lungs, kidney. And every organ has a resonance tone, and every tone has 5 tone colors in this Guqin. 语义示范一下一个音的不同音色，同一个音用不同的音色来弹。So a same tone, the same key can be expressed in different colors. That was the difference of Guqin comparing to other instruments. So after retesting all these resonance tones, he started to apply this method in everyday treatment of patients. Following problems were solved in his research. The standard tone in ancient time was not 440 by us, and he suggests that time, according to archaeology research, the standard tone should be around 110 for A. And that means very low. And the high tones are high keys in his research. The result is the high tones go mainly to brain, and the deep tones go to the body, because the body is a long instrument. And also, we use the Bach F key in ancient time, and this key was only preserved in this instrument. All the others are tuned to other, the music range is the first octave and the second octave by piano, approximately this range. Participants with sensible meridians were tested in his research, and around 300 took part. 300 such sensitive people were taking part in this research. Through all these retests, we are able to recover this method in ancient time to use 5 tones to induce the sensations of the 5 meridians named after 5 organs, and to use the 6-stringed guqin to induce the transmission of the 12 meridians. Use double chord to enhance the intensity of the meridian induction, and use the sound to induce local sensations in upper, lower, left and right parts of the meridian. So with this base of resonance tones, music could be developed for different patients. And to strengthen this effect of resonance, the bass guqin and 8-string guqin were also constructed for better effects. So this is a relationship of the tones to meridians. Heart has 2. The weak people use B1 and normal people C. Kidney D. And this one is bladder.
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 And this one is 小肠, is small intestine. Small intestine. Yeah. And this is a relationship. Yeah. E is for heart. Heteropericardial. F is for
spleen.
G is for lungs. A is for liver. And F is for stomach. The higher G. Yeah. And then A. Yeah. And 人脉和督脉.
Reception.
Yeah.
And the governor.
Yeah, good. So with this knowledge, then we add still one thing more, that is the color of all these sounds, and it can cause the vibration in different parts of a same meridian, the different tones and colors. So the more strings you develop with your instrument, the more possibilities you have to make this resonance relationship more detailed. And best instrument for such resonance therapy is when they have a similar structure to human body. Right? Chest is empty inside, and the lower part, one put the legs. I think I'm running out of my time, so I will finish this. Thank you. And this was mainly commonly used therapeutic guqin musics that we wrote. And only short information for everyday practice in clinics. That is how long, when I use one tone to cause the resonance of one meridian, how long do I have to treat it? At least 15 seconds. When it's shorter, it's not enough time for this vibration to go through this meridian. And the compose of therapeutic music, it's suggested to compose in a major key. And for our approach, we need the patients to be either naked or very thin dressed up. Yeah. Any questions?
It's just the slide on the fundamental tone with them. Was it overtones that you were highlighting? Discrepancy. It was quite it was saying when the fundamental tone is the same And then was it overtones that you were highlighting? As the difference or harmonics on top?
Yeah, there's an old traditional instrument, don't like
What do you mean by fundamental tone?
That was the information on the slides.
Yeah.
And indicating the fundamental tone is it communicating when the fundamental tone of the meridian as the same as the note being played, the role of harmonics or overtones. It was too quick to pick up the information
You can pull it back up.
properly.
Okay. 还是要看你能不能理解。 So you can tell me which page it was?
Yeah, for the toning, for the hard. The top, the. Go back, no, go back. Further up,
前面还是后面？
前面，further up. Oh, here is the same question
I think it was after this.
after the down.
This one?
再下来，再下一个，再下一个这个。Is here development, like a hard channel is.
So it was just a sentence beginning after.
Yes.
No.
The difference involved.
Yeah, it means there are instruments, they have the same fundamental tones. Yeah, but they, according to the structure of this instrument, they get different overtones afterward. The sequence of overtone is different. Also, when you say the fundamental tone is the same, but the difference in the overtones, for example, some people repeat such this experiment in China with electronic tones. Those tones, they have only fundamental tones, they have no overtones, and they can't achieve the same effect as pitch.
So when you, so when you're saying color, you're using the word color, that's what you're talking about, overtones and subharmonics, stuff of that.
I have a question. What I thought was interesting is that you said that it had to be in, or major key was encouraged. I wanted to know why, because I think like in Western classical music, the association with major key is positive. But in Indian classical music, it's actually considered a sad movement. So yeah, like yeah, harmonic
minor, I don't think that, I'm not a great.
Master Guo, he basically has these two fine arts, he finds with also the major key is more positive. And the second is when you want to compose something, you think, okay, I can't use only one tone, it's not for really melody.
Yeah.
Then he tend to produce such a big, so we call do, mi, so, such a structure to support this meridian to open itself with a structure. That's why it's
So in
easier to
Chinese-
construct such a chord.
in Chinese classical music
Mhm.
is major, or like the major key, like considered more positive, like Western classical music, or is it? Or does it have an association?
In the way of evolutionary, like marching on, supposed to be the.
It's not so standardized actually in our music history. It's only my master's personal preference to compose in a region.
I see.
Yeah.
So maybe Korea and the thing is we lost a lot of real ancient Korean music.
Yes.
So the problem or the thing is that Korean traditional music composer is trying actually kind of combination of Western music.
Mhm.
Personally, I don't like it, but it sounds kind of westernized Korean traditional music. But they also have a part that they kind of maybe they cherish old style of music. It's kind of separate, so they try to their best to imitate what really was. And it's one part. And one part is they compose new music with traditional instrument, which sounds like a combination of both. Maybe it's a thing.
That's what we say music is international language.
Actually, the same thing cannot be made of
Generation.
text.
Design.
When you choose the right resonance key, you make that, yeah, that, you diagnose. It's, this meridian, for example, this organ has problem, then the related meridian has problem. You choose the right resonance key and this key. If you don't have this opportunity, you use a cello, you use a guitar, you use any instrument you find, either piano or the E piano. If you choose the right key, it has also an effect, only not so, maybe a little bit less, but also effective.
So the,
Yeah, that's why I can develop such things which normally don't belong to trends.
so the temperament is not specific, there's no specific need for example, 110 hertz, you don't need to be at 110 hertz.
No, not at all.
Okay, thank you.
420 until 435 in this range,
Great.
but please not lower or not higher, because we are not getting the same again anymore.
I have a question about the meridians. I think like in the West, they tend to adopt the chakras, the system, but like every culture, like in Central Asia or even in the Middle East, we have different chakras or meridians. And like some in the chest or like 3 in the chest area. I wanted to know, since you're saying like the strings are associated with the different meridians, are they like along the string or where is?
Every meridian
They are long,
is different, they have a different map. from-
but they go basically so along you. It's like this is my theta, and I have such strings long, but they are also some which goes so, yeah.
Oh,
So, but mostly goes.
so kind of like nerves, like that detail?
Not a nerve, not
So
a
when-
circulation, it's a special energy.
You can imagine something like it's related to microcirculation. Yeah.
Okay, next one.
We go back to the Zoom meeting. The next speaker, Professor Pan Xiaochuan, will also join us online to introduce the 5-tone therapy. Okay. Okay. Then we go to next one. Okay. Our next speaker, Professor Katie Tianmei Wang, will speak on the topic inheriting traditional music with a forward-looking perspective.
And for the other people to talk about. I don't want to really proud of people time because.
Professor Kitwan comes from California.
No, I'm not coming from California.
California.
I come from Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania, sorry.
USA. And my background, I'm a medical doctor in endocrinology. Also, I'm a musician and also my terminal background is PhD. And for the medical management, that's why my skills come from management. I do like, actually, I just use this one. And all the music therapy will use a lot of resonant instruments. Include the next speaker will do the ball and sound forks, and all the others all belong to that. And for Wuqing, we have to say it's the old tradition. It's a great grandfather for all the instruments other than the bone, like a flute. Okay, so we will have a very interesting Wuqing craftsman right after we'll tell you more. And everything will involve how our instrument, the tone actually, to be able to stimulate all the meridian point to help to like adjust it or regulate your meridian system. Use this way to improve your health, okay? That's what I want to talk about, it's in the future, I just go through very fast. And Asian music, this is with its a very rich history and the deep culture roots, has been revered for its therapeutic property. This paper explored how the development and adoption of Asian Chinese music can be harnessed for modern healing practice by developing into the historical context music elements. The contemporary applications, we aim to uncover the healing potential of the Asian arts form and its relevance to today's work. So we have, like everything, have a history of the with origin and the evaluation, like developing with the philosopher and the culture influence, like the lady said. We, from different culture, we develop the music in different, we use the therapy in different way. Like we have meridian and you have your meridian, you have similar something with meridians different. Indian also, Korean also. And everyone will mention about the Chinese meridian system, where I will not waste your time. I just want to say what we use for the Gu Qing, Gu Zheng, or the Bo, Sun fork, so any others, drum, and anything make frequency actually can use for the healing. That's what I believe so. Technology is the developing, be influenced by the culture difference. Like my patient, the most is a North American patient. So they listen the same piece of music I play, they respond quite different. Some kids can report when their baby time, when their adult time, and some adult people, they like listen the same piece music. You please play it again. Please, the one patient that played the same piece for 5 times, and he really got tears. And after the tears, and his problem getting completely recovered. Just really just 70 years old adult, just really just in tears because just listen one piece of music. So receiver is different, receiver's condition is different, isn't it? So that's what I see in this field. We have a lot like a different topic can cooperate with all the different people. I use the piano also. So as long as you get in, follow the everything need to have a theory. We believe in the yin-yang system with the 5 meridian. You have to follow this, and it doesn't matter what instrument you use, result is as long as your C, you get into your stomach region, your system or meridian, and will give you the same result. So, okay, I will give the time to the other people because I want to do more research to fill in my paper for the future research project. Thank you.
Okay, and we go to the next one. Guo Huaijing. It's not here? Okay. Then we go to the next one is the next presentation is on experiment involving the improvement of water quality using Gu Qing sound. The speaker is Wu Yongxin.
So fortunately, to
You have
be
a
the
presentation?
interpreter of this instrument, he cracked.
It's very beautiful.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
各位专家、各位老师，
This one.
我是一名来自中国的斫琴师，我叫吴永新，我的团队叫做正和思贤。
Dear experts and colleagues, I'm from Quanzhou, Fujian, China, and my name is Wang Yuxin. My company, like a brand name, is 正和 Silken String.
今天我要跟大家分享一下什么是传统的古琴，如何选材、如何制作，以及人体和水的关系。
Today, I'm honored to share my experience with how to make the buqin and how to select the material. And we do have a water test with the buqin music.
首先，我简单给各位讲述一下古琴发展的4个主要阶段。
First one is the buqin's 4 different development period.
第
Go ahead.
第一阶段法器，第2阶段礼器，第3阶段道器、德器，第4阶段乐器。
So from history, first one we call 法器, it's with it's Asian kingdom. They use for buqin as a ruler, pretty much the rule. Okay, purpose of the ritual, whatever, just make the law to control the people. Second of all, it's for educate what it's mean. So all the, because you have to have enough money to be able to own the instrument and able to have a time to play. So that developed to the Dao and it's virtue, whatever all the scholars to study together, to play together. Then later on, developed for the popular normal people to be one of the instruments. So that's the 4th main stage, the instrument developed into, let's say. So from the tone, the entertainment need a little louder. So that's how the new, like now the music area just to try to create all the instrument have more louder than before. Go ahead.
第2部分，我要跟大家分享一下我的斫琴理念。
He wants to share his philosophy behind his quest for the buqin.
首先，以人为琴，每个人都是天地之间行走的一张琴。
First principle is man, just everyone like a buqin, like one piece of instrument. With relationship with earth, and you have a spirit in the sky, also you have a relationship with others. So,
五脏为弦，6腑相合，经络共振，心念动，音声起。
you want to say, just every, just like a human body, we have 5 main organs, and all the assistant organs will also call. So that way, what you play is not the music, it's how you communicate with others, what type of person you are. To be a better person first, then you can play you can give others beautiful tone.
故心定自气平，气平自音静。
So you have to be very calm with yourself. So then you can use through the qin, give the beautiful tone to the world.
其次，以情为人，情有情气，如人有经络之气，看不见摸不着，但实实在在存在酌情之理。
So when you play the qin, gu qin, the tone you couldn't feel where the tone come from, but it's there. So really just up to the player, what you're thinking, and you full of love, or you believe in God, then all through the player to let the listener receive it.
如人之出生，几乎骨骼、五脏六腑、经络，四肢俱全，古琴的天地柱，犹如人生精神之谓。
The same way, just like everyone have, when you come to the world, you have a bone, you have muscle, you have a neural system, different organ, and the qin have exactly the same thing.
这一页，我给大家简单的看一下我们的选材，到酌情到成品，一张琴的制作，时间为1年半至2年。
This picture can show us how we pick the material for make the guqin, and he gave a timing like one guqin present use 1.5 years finish, because you how many you
280多道东西。
280 steps to make one guqin. So now it's look at him to find the most material have to be hard enough to do the instrument, because the instrument you want to be stable as long as you can. And the best material need like 100,000 years. Nature change, the weather, humidity, the different temperature, and what he want to use is typical for after the thunderstorm, the shock. So that is, and the material still can hard enough to use. It's very interesting that.
这边我要重点讲一下选材。我们琴面所用的材料都是道观寺庙翻修的所拆下来的老梁柱。
The guqin have 2 parts actually. They have a bottom, the hard wood, like the top wood, is the down box form. It's very potent, and need to have the years, generation, like experience. That's the value come from how you.
这也是我们酌情师梦寐以求的材料，俗称玄中木，它共振好，音韵长，能量足。
So most times he waiting for the old people for the church, and wait there with like the main piece of supporting, because of years, generation, pray and weather changing, and that waste piece, if longer enough, he will pick that one. It is difficult process to find that piece too.
然后这是雷击木，
This piece, the second one, it's after the thunderstorm.
道家认为雷击木是天地之灵，具有特殊的功效和作用。
The Daonians believe this type of wood is the God gave you the present, then have the special magic to help you, like either make your dream come true.
好，第三，我们要讲一下丝弦古琴的实证。那么古琴如何达到疗愈的效果呢？第10个。
Okay,
古琴它发出的震动能通达五脏，合乎音律的五音。
we want to mention how big, another thing, man, guqin have 2 type of, this is what he make it a silken string. The now have one is used the steel string, completely a different result, like a
会以五脏的水物质产生共振效应，从而起到调和五脏平衡的养生作用。针对丝弦古琴的疗愈，我们也做了一些实证的研究。
how the music tone from the routine like really met the human meridian system. They did a study on the water. We did this one actually 2 days ago in another workshop. I thought I would have a familiar face over there too. It's very interesting. Every volunteer will have the same response actually. And we used one bottle or something, same water, and put the water with the Puchin, and our performer play 5-6 minutes. Same water, another way we hide in the faraway place. After the music, we let the volunteer test. Everyone pretty much in our room. And they did a lot of study on it. Hundreds and hundreds, same way. The music changed the texture. I think it's chemicals after the water. And one lady got very detailed. The lady said, yeah, the tap water will have this chlorine taste, but after the listen the music, that cup, that taste, it's very soft. It's really do not have anything like the normal without music. So that is true. And along this, you can go further. They did a lot of lab tests too. This is frequency from the water after the test. Listen after the music, and the bottom one is enlarged from the top. There's no like a really extra interruption for the water with the music after the music. Also the different, yeah, with a different statistics result. Total is 100 volunteers participated, 32 males and 68 females. So from the taste and mentioned the less metallic taste, exactly like the lady in our room 2 days ago. So interesting. That's why some people said a little bit sweet, and then it is. Strength water. Seems like I use the water softener after that. So that's what they want to promote is learn the Puchin with the silken string, and it's really beneficial for yourself. So because during your play, your entire meridian system is listened to you and really will benefit for you. And that is from the lab test too. The water listen to music, and without it, you can see quite different without any antibody. And this is 300 micro. Go ahead further. Now, conclusion.最后20个问题。
一曲终了，病退人安。通过平水的实验，音疗古琴向世人证实中国古人的智慧博大精深。《黄帝内经》里的古琴五音疗集理论事实不虚，天地之律、五音之谜的 答案或许就在含印在这里。
They want to stand by themselves in from the founding internal Bible actually from the medical doctor. Thinks the human body is made pretty much by water. Most percent, either 6% up to maybe 75%. So that's their water test well proved our traditional Chinese medicine and the music in its benefit for our human being.
我是卓琴师吴永新，感谢各位的聆听和观看。
So I appreciate your listen and
Okay, then the next presentation we focus on the creation and innovation of music therapy instruments. The speaker is Wang Lei.
是来自北京的一个颂钵的医学王磊。This颂钵 is most recently very popular in the Asian market. Like use this tone to be the I don't the same way. Qing use the melody and the four is used the tone to benefit for the health.
我们知道这个频率疗愈已经有了很广泛的应用，它应用在睡眠、抑郁然后我们一些康复都有很好的一个应用但是呢，它需要一个精准的频率我们知道很多的像这种小音叉，它最早频率疗愈，它最早都是从音叉，是一个非常好的一个工具。
What the turn point is. We know as a music therapist, frequency is the point of it. But the four and give you a certain, like a specific their hertz, their frequency adjust, able to adjust. Go ahead. Yeah, also the sound forms also, yeah. Mm-hmm.
但是这个小音叉呢，它的振动频率呢是非常弱的，我们感受起来那个很弱。
The small sound forms, the frequency is very small.
所以我们会开发了一批
Think about
新的大音叉，它的振动呢会更加强烈，然后我们在体感上会有更好明确的一个感受。
So the patient use the larger form can be more sensitive to feel the frequency passing through your different meridian system. Meridian system, like I said, you have to have the theory behind. Okay, you're not going to poke the fork so anywhere in your body, it's not working that way.
但是我们知道这么大的音叉，如果携带起来，肯定没有这样小的音叉方便。
So this benefit is the fork is pretty big and it's not easy to carry this everywhere.
小音叉我可以带很多，然后一卷就一个小包裹我就带走了。
So as a therapist, the mini forks is easy, you roll together just only a little bit. But the bigger one is large, but they have a way to do this thing.
但是大音叉的话，如果我们要带这么多的话，它的体积和重量都是非常庞大的。
For the heavy and the larger size, they developed another extra piece.
所以我们设计的一款产品呢，是我们可以自动调频的。
So they designed a system piece. So use the Allen wrench on the different area, like the forks. So change the frequency physically.
然后你可以根据自己的需求，根据你的病患的需求，然后来去设定不同的频率。
Yeah, 我已经在你之前看到了。It's okay.
这样的话，你对于 不同的需求，然后可以选择不同的频率去进行疗愈、进行治疗。So you select a different frequency for different meridian system, different point. 所以我可能在那个频率范围呢，在一直音差，我就可以解决了我的需求。One larger box will do everything. 我们会有不同的选择，像我带的这一支呢，我是在133到263赫兹范围之内可以任意调频。So this fork is from frequency 133 to 263. So in this range, they can adjust all different which number you want. They can put over there. 我们还有另外一组呢，是比它低一个8赫的频率，从60几到130。We also have one like lower hertz one. 我们有的是因为 also have a higher range. 我们有更多的一个频率。这是我们讲音差的这个应用，我们会有一些工具，我们也可以去做一些特别的定频。目前来说，我们在技术上从260赫兹到1000赫兹，我们都可以做精准的定频。So they can design all the different frequency sound forks. 我们的误差呢，能够是保持在1赫兹，甚至于10英森的误差。So we have really no mistakes around 1 hertz that minute. 我们知道在声音疗愈里面，声音治疗里面有很多也会用到颂钵 singing bowl。Yeah, the singing bowl they use also. 但是以前的 singing bowl 呢，它都没有办法去根据我们的需求去选择频率。对，previous like older singing bowl cannot select the frequency. 那我们现在的技术呢，是可以我们按照客户的需求去定制精准的选 exactly which frequency you want. 像这一支的话，它的频率是370赫兹。This is 370. 我们现在工厂可以根据客户的需求，然后去做这个几十赫兹、40赫兹到500赫兹的频率到500。另外呢，我们为了解决，因为我们在颂钵疗愈里面有时候经常会要托举颂钵。In the treatment of the therapy, the therapists have to hold like the instrument like this. So now they develop the lighter one, use the different material. 有的时候呢，我们还需要在这个用颂钵呢，在身体上去做一些走动。They have to move this ball all over the body, so they have a vacuum sucking. So this way they can hold it. 但以前的尼泊尔颂钵的话呢，它是重量非常重的。我已经说了，所以它的对于疗愈师的体力支出是非常大的。所以呢，我们专门设计了一款特别轻的，我们选择了金属钛来去做一个颂钵。So they use the material type. It's most like our like our iPhone 15 material. 就我们身体的植入牙什么都是用的钛金属的，所以它的这个重量非常轻，然后我们在使用的过程当中，我们去做一些走动，这样我们去做这种扫描，然后我们在身体上去做一些按摩，都是非常轻松的。Before most is covered, it's very heavy. Now it's very different. 所以我们是今后我们还会去做更多的产品更多的医疗工具去适应我们的一个医疗事业的一个发展。So they will develop more device which fit every therapist need in the future. 我们也非常希望就是大家有任何的需求，可以跟我们去共同去开发一些新的音乐治疗的工具。So for our music therapists, if you need anything, please let us know. We will try our best
to create a more new device for the future. Appreciate it, everyone.
There's a question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask in terms of like the tuning forks, is that like a, I guess a modern take on the ancient tapping instrument from the five people, I think, well, that was mentioned earlier?
The talking fork is what?
I said, is a tuning fork like a modern take on the traditional instrument that was.
Like that, before it's like a bamboo, but we talk like
But this is by training?
reeds, yeah.
Oh,
The reeds, the talking fork come from the reeds or the, like the oval or something that have reeds for her, we use for different Asian time actually. Just one, but we now developing a different frequency. So we have to, like, before one, we just started the instrument, we have to only have one A tone, then from this you have to memorize to another A because you have different octaves, right? And from A, and how many steps different, we do E, then we do B, and we do G, this one.
Right?
From all the instruments. And this some forks come from that little reeds. Reeds, because reeds was the very beginning is the bamboo, and now we use the metal, uses some forks that develop. Now it's all different material. So I don't think it's new for the key, how to say, the theory, but the material development. And more, that's fine.
As if there is a hollow.
Yeah, it's hollow, you can touch it, it's a two piece together, but the crack is very, like 118 steps. That's a very different. Material is requirements, very strict.
any question?
No,
Okay,
no.
then we go to the last one. Our last presentation today is titled Guidance as Channels for Billway Transmission. Professor Miao Qiang will be giving us this talk online. So I see Professor Miao Qiang is here.妙老师，您得把麦克风打开了，哎，现在又关上了。
旁边有个人吗？
妙老师，您的这个麦克风关上了。
好的吗？
现在好了，您可以。
那个灯能打开，正好是这张纸。
Okay, we can see.
好说那个人在讲是吧？
待会儿轮到我讲的时候，他是不是就大了？就我就在这儿了。
老师，您可以开始了，我们已经在看着了。
没声音呢。声音很大了。
那个人在说的，好像。
有人讲话。
A guest professor from China is recognized for his contribution to the research of the meridians and also now, joint project in the United States for further study of memory functions. 郑老师，您可以开始了。老师，您可以开始了，我们能听到您的声音。
啊，能听到我的声音，但是
您是听不到我们的声音的，您就讲吧。
现在可以讲了。
好的，
好啊。我今天这个讲课的内容是这个针灸，是这个经络，从生物坡到您说。喂，哦，讲英文啊，我刚才讲听不见。我今天讲课的内容就是说meridian，from meridian to cellular molecular biology，in recent 100 years， about 经络has been more than 100 years in America, Europe, and China, Japan, for the research. What is 经络? But this, until now, in the world, there are not result. Minor research is about the biowave. In 经络, the biowave is conducted because before 2000 years in 黄帝内经is Yellow Emperor internal lexicon. 它是this is traditional Chinese medicine book. After my research to read the 黄帝内经, I find according to the quantum mechanics, there are not substance in meridian. But before 2000 years, in 黄帝内经素问, qi went acupoint. In this chapter, 黄帝内经said, 由真所居. This is the meaning. The meridian route is a tunnel for empathy. Nothing. Because between cell to cell, between organ to organ, between system to system, zum Beispiel, for example, neural system, circulation system, muscle system, signal system, zwischen the organ and zwischen the cellar. And zwischen the organ, such as between health and lung, liver, and magen. There are inhumorous gap and space. And in Huangdi Neijing for 2000 years, the talent of Chinese expert have found the meridian conducted the low frequency vibration. So in the about 140 years, the world scientists have found for example, in 18,000, 79, many scientists, such as Haber, Vigius, Farmer, when the Japanese Jiuye begin the research. In 1956, Japan scientist Zhonggu Yixiong discovered along the meridian the electric resistance is lower than under a place. In 1957, a French scientist, Paul Noguer, have drawn the first picture of the ear. Figure. And in 1953, the German scientist to diagnose for the cramp, for the eeriness with the electric method. And in 1960, the French scientist discovered the atomic root line is same with the Huangdi Neijing meridian 12 lines. In 1980, the Chinese famous scientist Zhu Zongxiang have researched along the meridian the electric resistance and acoustic resistance is lower than in other area. In 1984, the Tianjin scientist Xu Tangping professor discovered when needle insert the echo point, the calcium ion 钙离子 enrichment. That means much more calcium ion appear in the cell. But until now, there are much more appoint in the world. What is meridian? In meridian, various substance conducted. So before I in Chinese Academy of Science Physics Institute to research the plasma physics and other project about 30 years. After arrived Germany in 1991, I established my private corporation. And at the same time, I have researched about the meridian about 20 years. After my research and combined with the Huangdi Neijing about the illustration of meridian, I appointed a new appointed of view. That meaning in meridian, they're not substance. The meridian nur ist eine space and gap between different or neighbor organs, systems, cells. This is my speech for first chapter. The second, my second point of my speech is about the name is a very beautiful space. That meaning the anatomy, structure of meridian and acupuncture. In the 20 years research, I have found according to quantum mechanics, in the world, there are two substances. One is substance. Second is the violent, is the wave. I think in meridian route, the conductor is the root. 对不起，我接个电话。您说。好，那就这样吧。好，好。好，再见。
Yes, thank you all for listening and joining us today to this group, and I hope you enjoy it and like it, and we're looking forward to more exchanges and discuss in the future. Thank you again, and like it, music. You can finish it.
Yes, finish it.
Finish the video recording and